Oh, oh man, that's sweet. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, buddy? Lone Wolf Caddy Plinker, what's up, my brother? Just a little bit of a late start this morning. Had a late night last night. Was up watching movies with the fam, and woke up this morning. Oh yeah, and I was feeling a little bit slow. So I woke up, had some breakfast, had a shower, and started watching a fight with my son, Javante Davis against Garcia. My son's gotten into kickboxing and boxing and that kind of stuff, and he found this guy Javante Davis that is probably one of the best fighters of his time, and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, you're right. So we started watching a bit of that fight. Then I realized what time it was. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get live. So I apologize if I'm a late start and screwed up everybody's plans. What's up, Leon? Jack, what's happening, bro? Good afternoon, yeah. Patrick, what's up? Terry, what's happening, bro? Mr. Leon, bro, I was about to answer you back, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go live, and I'll say, what's up? I got a bit of a late start this morning. We was out making hot sauce yesterday, and all day, and came home and wanted to do some watch some movies and with the family and all that. Anyway, here we are shooting in the garage a little bit, and we're gonna do a little shoot chat and maybe a little bounce out there, and got some ideas for some future builds coming up I want to show you guys. I actually got 5 in the works. 2 of them are for buddies, and the rest of them are for the other 3 are going to be up for auction. I also got some pretty sweet Slingmail I want to show you guys. I'm going to give a big thank you to somebody if he pops into this live today. What's up, Butler? Sling Edition, what's happening? Hawk Slings, Morning Mark, just wondering where you were. Yeah, I had a late start today, man. I was out making hot sauce all day long, and I was hoping to come home in time and get into the shop and do some work. But the shop is a fucking disaster after I cut my finger last week. I just pretty much gave up, and just to show you a little update here. I've got some. It's coming along pretty good. I usually heal like a werewolf, so it's not so bad. But those 2 little fuckers were real deep. That little one on top wasn't so bad, and this little guy down at the end, oddly enough, is the one that hurts the most. But I can't quite yet close my finger all the way. It's about as good as I get. Man, it still hurts to bend it. Shooting is not so great, so I got to kind of take it easy a little bit. But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome that I'm able to shoot. Who am I going for? I'm a Kansas City guy, man. If my New York Jets aren't going to the Super Bowl, I'm a Kansas City guy. Who wants the Eagles to win the Super Bowl? Thumbs up. Oh my God. I got to send you a quarter finish for me. Cool. You question. Yo, what's up, yo? Super Grandma, what's happening? Young King Catapults, how you doing, bro? Billy the Kid, what's happening? Moxie FN, what's up, Moxie? Brandon's here. How you doing, buddy? Are you going hunting brown bears with a slingshot? Hell no. No brown bears in my area anyway. Hello, Mark. Your finger is injured. Yeah, have a look. I'll show you what happened, actually. Hold on a second. So, I was making one of these fellas, I had 2 of these up for sale that were going to be up for sale, but I was making one of these, absolute beautiful slingshot. Everything was going good, and I was countersinking the hole in the back here. See this one here? And while I was drilling the hole, the piece came up, and I felt the frame go like this, just a little kick. I'm assuming that this is 100% my fault. I was just holding it down with my hand, and when the drill went in, there was some gunk under here. It kicked it sideways. It grabbed it. It brought the thing up one time, spun it around as a hole, and then when it punched through and touched the other one, it ripped the top layer off, and it started spinning around, and every time it spun around, it just whacked right into my finger. And it's quite a sharp edge. You can see that. It's quite a sharp edge. It just shredded the epoxy right off there. I can't believe that happened, because when I tested this epoxy, I actually took 2 pieces of G10, stuck it in my vise, and I hit it with a hammer, and it shredded the G10. It just fucking broke it. So I'm kind of perplexed at how this happened. I mean, I sanded them down both with 80 grit before I glued them. I don't know exactly how it ripped up like that, but anyway, I'm gonna repair this one, and I'm gonna fill up those holes with epoxy and re-drill them. And well, I'm gonna keep it. It'll be mine, I guess. Rowan, how you doing, my friend? Welcome. Hawk, what's happening, bro? Coolest King. Hi, random question. Do you have any ideas for Valentine's gifts for my girlfriend? Get her a slingshot, bro. It's all about the slingshots around here. Knuckle, what's happening, bro? Caught on a drill bit and it slapped you in the hand. Yeah, dude. When it separated, it whipped around. Or actually, when it's kind of hard to explain, but it all happened in like a half second. It was like, boom, up and went, whack, 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 whack. It hit me 5 times and split. So it caught me one here, one there. One at the tip of my finger while I was pulling my hand away, and one on my other finger here. This one's almost gone. It was just like a little scratch. This one's kind of deep, but my skin here is very thick and calloused on my hand here because I work with my hands. But it gave me a pretty good beating. Young King catapults, I use C-Tough. It ain't junk. It's good stuff. And it blew up on me, man. Simon Tanner, long time no see, bro. How you doing? That him. What's happening? How am I doing, ATO? Mr. J, I'm doing pretty good, buddy. My hand's still a little bit tore up. I've gotten so, I've been jonesing so bad to shoot. I'm out here in the garage shooting at a tiny target from about 25 feet away. Trying to just get some reps in. But it's quite painful to do it. So I'm going to take my time and just take a couple of shots. I hope I don't separate it, but it's been 11 days. No, 8 days. So it should be closed by now, I would imagine. Drifting Flies, how you doing, bro? Gaming with Landon, what's up? Yep. There's actually a pretty good Young King Catapults. There's actually a pretty good video on there's a G-Flex versus C-Tough video that's out there, and they're pretty much the exact same thing. Both of them to separate and release had to be heated up, and yeah, it's wacky, man. But the last 2 that I made, I didn't have that problem just because I clamped it down to my thing. I was just holding it with my hand. I could have gotten loose or light with it. I had been working in the garage for a couple of hours at that point, and maybe I was getting tired. A lot of it's my fault. So I should have made sure that my tabletop was clean before I put my piece down so it didn't wobble on me. There's a lot of things that went wrong on there, but You working on something now? Yeah, I am, dude. I'll show you right. Oh, actually, I'll show you right now. Let me take one more shot at that little flipper there, and oh man, just to show you something. I got sent this little beauty here by somebody. If he pops in here, I'll mention him if he doesn't mind. But he sent me a few really nice things, and I want to say thank you to him. He's a really cool dude, and I'm hoping I can do something nice for him too in the future. He's a really nice guy. Sent me a bunch of goodies, and I want to give back to that dude. He's a freaking awesome, good supporter of the channel. If he pops in here today, we'll see. But this is the first time I've ever shot an S1, and I really like this design. I think maybe one day. Oh man! And just a heads up, anybody out there shooting those monkey spank flippers there? Those things are badass. I got my first one. It's tiny. It's about the size of my thumbnail. Really small. And I'm shooting it across the garage here in a small little catch box, and I'm having a freaking great time doing it. So, you want to see what I got coming down the pipe? Young Kane, this guy made a sketch. Is the guy made my sketch? Oh, cool. Your squash pouches, they're really nice too, dude. I like those squash pouches. Brother Al, what's happening, man? Why do you call your raffles waffles? Honestly, it's just for fun. I know that if you call them raffles, somebody had said that if you call them raffles, I think is the story. If you call them raffles on Facebook, that they would try to take a cut or some shit. I don't know what the deal is, but you know what? I don't really care. I just threw it up there for fun. You know, all the guys in the Slingshot community, we were talking about waffles. I think it started with the Omega guys with Mikey and Chuck it. But I used to call them raffles before I started calling them waffles just because it's fun. I know it's not the proper term. It's not some weird Canadian shit. just to clear that up. What is the best state to live in the USA? I have no idea. You'd have to ask somebody in the UFC. But if it was me, I would be moving to Texas. From what I understand, that's the freest place in the United States. Drifting Flies, what's happening? Chill Guy, what's up? I don't know who said it, but Moan made that. Yes, he did. Moan made this. It is beautiful, dude. It's like fucking wow, beautiful. Look at that. It's got that. I think he uses some kind of electricity. He zaps the shit out of it and it burns a pattern into it. And it's kind of cool because I think each one would be different. Looks like there's an H in there, right? You can't really see it with your eyes, but on the camera it picks it up. It's kind of cool. I can't even remember what kind of wood it is. I should check the person who sent me this sent me a really nice letter too, which was really cool. I also got another frame in the mail too this week. I can't even remember the name of it. I know when it was out when I saw it the first time, it was up on the on social media, and they were asking people what they should call it, and I thought they should name it the Blackjack because of the way the handle looks. But check that out. That's from Sniper Sling. It's a tiny little guy. I can't remember if it was. I think it was. This one's a 90. So this has got to be like a. Whoop, can't see it that way. It's got to be like a 75. Yeah, 75 maybe. But it's really nice and deceptively heavy. It's really crazy. It's really surprisingly heavy. Vermont is the best state. Actually, I quite like Vermont. Vermont's really nice. I don't mind New Hampshire either. You came to see you. Joseph, what's up, man? Do I have a favorite frame? Oh man, I got a few. But right at the top, if I was gonna go right at the top, it would be Avro Aries, Spitfire, uh, Titan Hunter Medium, Beagle version 1. I guess and the Venator. So that would be my top 6, really. There are a bunch of other friends. Hey, Cool Hand Luke, my brother. Just in the garage, taking some shots of this one. And my friend, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You are the freaking man. And I'm going to try to send something back to you when I can. But I'm shooting that little monkey spank flipper. And I got to tell you, I'll be getting more of those. I'll be getting more of those. Those are freaking badass. Thomas, what's happening, my man? It looks badass like a lightning bolt. I think it was made with lightning bolts, my friend. It sounds kind of weird, but I think when Moan makes these, he passes like an electrode on it and he zaps some electricity through them, and it's pretty cool. I don't think any two design will ever be the same. It's really neat. Installing a toilet, I'll be listening. All right, Uncle Dean, what's up, man? Good to see you. Ah, the Knicks. That's right. Track, what's happening, bro? How's the strap attached to the frame? I just did a little wrap and tuck. So I wrap the elastic around a couple of times. Then I fold up the tab. See how it's folded up there? The white. Then I do 3 more wraps. And then I put my tool on there and I do 2 more wraps and I pull it through. And then it's on there good. And the stanky spank. Yes, sir. The stanky spank's amazing. And it's cool because it's a tiny little target. I'm about 24 feet away, I guess. 23, 24 feet away. And I can see it perfect. That little red dot in the center pops right out, man. I missed it. Boo. I wish there was a little bit more room. What I want to do is I want to put my catch box down in the other corner. And when I get my garage all cleaned up, I'll be able to just set up the camera over here. Just to have a clamping thing, I could set it up here and I could actually just turn around, talk to you, and shoot in the corner. But right now, I can't really do it without moving forward too much. So I don't want to make it even a shorter distance. I mean, 24 feet or 23 feet is... Ooh, there we go. I got him that time. 23 feet is a good distance just to get the reps in, if you know what I mean. Oh, there we go. It's been so cold here, man. I've been trying to get out and shoot. And I was kind of worried about my finger. If I was going to be able to shoot for another 2 or 3 weeks. But the finger's healing pretty good. See that? The finger's feeling pretty good. And it's coming along. But I still can't close my hand all the way yet. And there's some spots on it. It doesn't seem to be as sensitive as it used to be. So I probably did a little bit of nerve damage to it. But for the most part, I'm good. It'll heal up. A bit of muscle damage in there too, I think. It's oh, I smoked it. It's kind of... Dude, these S1s are freaking sweet, dude. Man, it's amazing. Just a hand in the bush. Does those slingshots actually work? Yeah, 100% they actually work. Do you go fishing with a slingshot? No. I don't use the darts. Those darts are scary. I don't like them. Hey, Chuckin, what's up, buddy? What's up? What's up, Mr. Mike? The pigeons have been loosed. Show the target. All right, here. I'll bring you on down there. I don't want to show you the whole disaster of my garage because it's really fucking terrible. But I'll bring you in close and show you the target. There we go. This is the target. Let's get this guy centered back in there. That's the target. So that is what I'm shooting at. I'm kind of wobbly here. What the hell is going on? Hold on a second. I'm going to fix you up. There we go. I think we're good. Oh, Chuckin. Bad news, buddy. I was drilling this guy to countersink the holes. And I'd kind of been in the garage for quite some time. I came in here, I did a big tidy up. I got a bunch of stuff settled on my work table. I cleaned up this table, even though it looks like a fucking mess now. But I got everything all cleaned up, and I started working on slingshots. I got two slingshots just about done, and I just had to do the countersinking of the holes. But I didn't completely clear off the drilling table. So when I put this guy down on there, while I drilled the first hole, came out perfect. Drilled the second hole. While I was coming down the second hole, it wobbled like this. It ripped the thing up. Used it as a leverage point on the inside and ripped the whole top part off, and it spun around and fucking chopped up my hand pretty good. I had three kind of two really small cuts, one medium and two quite deep ones that really fucked me up. I still can't close my hand all the way yet. It's coming along, but yeah. It was a good one. I made a slingshot out of a condom once. Cool. I bet you it's good elastics, all that latex. It is a tiny little gash. It's small, it's short. It's about, each one of them is about a centimeter, maybe. But it went really, really deep. That was the issue. Yeah. But it's healing up. Get a haircut, hippie. I feel like a fucking hippie. Look at this shit. My God, I can feel it blowing in the wind. I feel like Beyonce in one of her music videos, just flashing my hair around. Look at mine, you won't feel so bad. Yeah, I bet. There are many people who have killed things with slingshots and ate them. No problem. Shoot, what a target. Yeah, buddy, it's nice. My spanking monkey's smaller. Just a couple of dudes being bros. Yes, sir. Homemade slingshots. What's happening, man? Oh, Patrick, you're out of here, bro? Ah, good luck ice fishing, man. Send me some pictures if you catch anything good. No, it was actually the G10 side, which is really weird because usually when I'm gluing the G10 together, that shit glues up real good. And I sanded everything with 80 grit before, before gluing it. So and washed it with alcohol. It should not have come undone like that. It's weird. I'm your favorite white boy? Oh, thanks, man. Kyle. How's my week been? Week's been good. Well, got to use safety gloves. Never use safety gloves on any machines that turn. I've worked in the metal industry for my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but half my life. And I'll tell you, man, I've seen some gnarly accidents with people using gloves working with turning instruments. Very, very bad. Canada, Oh, well. Pedro, what's up? What's up, Zach? Dude in Alaska shoots buddies, pheasants with slingshots. Yes, sir. Slingshots and shenanigans. Yeah, man. Slingshot Shenanigans is one of my favorite channels. I love that dude. Correct. No gloves with drills. Ever. My brother used to work at this place, and this guy was working on a Morris drill. For those of you guys who don't know what a Morris drill is, usually you have like a vise down at the bottom, and your drill will kind of slowly come down into the material, and it'll drill. And he was reaming out some materials. And when you're reaming out materials, a lot of times you get these long curly strands. And while the strands were turning around, he was just coming in to clear out some dust around the side, but the strand grabbed onto his glove, pulled his glove right in, and kept on twisting until his finger came off. Horrible. I regularly watch your videos. I'm from Pakistan. Would you please suggest the best band thickness? Thanks. If you're talking about band thickness, buddy, I need to know what size ammo you shoot, because really, you should be matching your ammo to your bands. Yeah, I'm really kind of impressed with this S1, man. This is a really sick slingshot. And I've been quite a fan of Moan for a while, and he makes some great slingshots. Seems to be a really cool guy. I mean, I've never met him in person or talked to him at length. Just some chats back and forth on Facebook. Just a couple of comments back and forth. But seems to be a really good dude. And this S1 design is freaking amazing. Oh man. Yep. And I really like that little flipper is freaking awesome, man. I think it's 2 centimeters. I think that's the size of it. It's just a little 2 centimeter guy. Maybe even smaller than maybe 1.5. I don't know. I gotta measure my thumbnail. It's pretty much exactly the size of my thumbnail. I'm so popular I stretch all across the world. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm all that popular, but there's a lot of guys more popular than me out there. That's for damn sure. Oh man, that's the one thing I really like and appreciate. Actually, I even love about this slingshot community is there's so many nice, good, awesome people that are just there to to be helpful, friendly, cool. I mean, I know on Bushcraft Rebooted this morning, he was live while I was making my coffee. I was watching him a little bit, and he was saying basically the same thing. A lot of the knife guys were saying, "Wow, your slingshot community guys really back each other up," and we're always kind of popping in and out, chatting. Not too. Hey, my dad's in the chat. Say everyone say hi to Mr. Dave Abel down there. No, it's not too cold in the garage. I got the heat up. Yeah, we're this is not one of mine. This is made by a guy named Moan. Awesome dude, and he passed that on to me. He passed that on to me, or one of his buddies, one of my buddies, passed that on to me and sent that over as a gift. But Moan is a top shooter over here in North America, and Mr. Luke is also a freaking awesome dude with an absolute sniper. So just to show you guys, once I get this guy sanded down, I'm probably going to do that again today. I'm going to re-glue it. I'm going to tape the front on this fork. I'm going to re-drill it, and I'll be keeping this one. But what I got in the works is, I think the ones I'm going to be cutting out, and gluing today. I've got a nice chunk of 1/4-inch jade that we're going to pop an Avro on. And I've got this, I don't know if you can see this really, it's called Bison Colored Micarta. I think those two together. Somebody had mentioned doing this. Somebody had mentioned doing this in the last live. I think it's going to be pretty badass. I think it's going to be pretty badass together. So I'm going to put two guys on this with the jade. But I wanted to ask you guys. I've got some really, really thin layers of I got some really thin liners. I was thinking of maybe putting in this guy just to separate. What do you think? Is that good? Or should I do something lighter, like a white or something? Or maybe I got a white in here, I think, somewhere. Just something to separate the jade. What do I have? I don't know if a red would look good. I know jade seems to go good with the what do you think of that? Or actually, it should go like this. Is that too much, you think? White, eh? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I just don't know if I have a white left of that thickness. Do I? I don't know. I'm gonna have to really look and see what I got left. I know I got a small. Oh, maybe. Hold on. I might be able to get 2 out of that. I think that would be oh. That was not good on the ears. Yeah, I think that might be good. With a nice thin white layer in there. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I just got to see if I can draw out 2 on here, on this little piece that I got left. I'll do it. Anything dark with a jade, yeah, I know, just like that. But having that extra layer in there, I don't know. It might be good just like that. I don't know. I'll have to see. Am I decorating a room or making slingshots? Probably a little bit of both. I don't know. I even got my wife in on it a little bit. She started going through all my colors and picking colors and all that stuff for a slingshot. So I've got another one. She used to coach for a cheerleading team called the Lions, and their colors were orange, blue, and white. And she picked one of those up. So yeah. So I'll be making one of those too. By decorating a room. Yeah. Yeah. Is this the dude from Modern Family? Absolutely not. Nothing modern about me. Yep. So I think the plan is today. Okay, so that's slingshot number 1 that I'm showing you. The number 2 that we're working on. Now that I've messed everything up here. Okay, so we'll put this guy aside. Just up here on the sander. do here? Here they are. Okay. I've got a crap ton of materials here. All right, so number 2, we're going to be doing black, toxic green liner. Then we're going to be doing another black like this. Toxic green liner, carbon fiber. That's going to be sexy as fuck. Absolutely. And then the third one that we're going to be doing is going to be black, thick toxic green, thin black liner, thick toxic green, and carbon fiber. So those are the 3 I've got in the works. Should be pretty damn nice. That black green will look awesome. I've got a Tim Henry Saker with the color, the same colors, and it's awesome looking. Yeah, I bet the black and toxic green, when you put those together, the green popped almost like it glows. It's really, really nice. And slapping that carbon fiber on there hits it with another classy level, which is going to be pretty damn cool. You need some pink G10? Oh, dude, I do. I'm having a little bit of trouble actually getting a thin pink G10. I have a plan. I want to do a pink G10 with a thin black layer with a split core in the pink with the black, and then slap a nice jade on the front of it. It's going to look so fucking good. Either a jade or a brown. I want to do like a his and hers type thing with a pink core and a black core. I think it'll be pretty fucking cool. Hello, my name is Gloria. I'm an obese lesbian with a prolapsed uterus that smells like quiche. I'm going to die. Please pray for my uterus. God bless you. and my panty clam. Well, Gloria, thank you very much for coming in here. I'm heartbroken about your plight. I hope you'll be okay. But thank you for making me laugh. And if you're serious, thank you for making me laugh. Gloria Pushfonte. Oh, man. Gotta tell you. YouTube Live is a special, special place. Oh, can't believe I missed that. I'll tell you what, though, these 0.5 Omega Slings bands inside when it's warm out, freaking bring the heat, and they just keep shooting. I love them. Oh, I'm spanking that monkey good. I bet you anyone who shot the larger monkey spank flippers, they must have a good crack on them, man. I am an absolute crack addict. When I'm hitting those things and they're popping, making that noise all over the place, you know, when you hit those targets and they make that nice crack sound, it's freaking awesome. There's nothing funny about having a prolapsed uterus that smells like quiche. I have to carry it around in a Vera Wang bag, colostomy bag. It's expensive. It causes me to chafe. Yeah, chafing's a bitch, man. Gotta get yourself some Vaseline. That'll take care of that right up. Just make sure you don't pop that bag. That bag's gonna smell real bad. Worse than quiche. Oh, man. Chow Mark, I have to go. The boss wants to go to Costco. Okay, give Mom a hug for me. Say hi to everyone over there for me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. At least you got at least you got a designer bag. Yeah. I can't shove it back in. I have no medical insurance to get it fixed either. Am I American? I have no idea. But There's nothing like a good old coat hanger to get things done. Just make sure you boil it first. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool. I got a bunch of little projects. So my pretty much my goal is today is to get these three guys cut out and glued, and get my other Avro there, my other carbon Avro kind of fixed up and glued. Once that's done, I got them all glued up, ready to go. I'm going to start working on. I got these two copper cores. I'm gonna start working on. I've got the colors in finally. They finally arrived. Took for freaking ever. I think there was some kind of issue. It got sent back and then brought back again. So we're gonna put those copper cores together with a really nice coarse micarta and a really nice coarse micarta. I got a red one and a blue one. Both of those I think will go really great with the copper. I was thinking about putting a copper and a black liner in there. I think I'm gonna have to pass on a copper liner. The last one that I made with the copper liner was very difficult to get things kind of even and smoothed out. I had to use a burr bit, and the sanding was a real motherfucker. I don't know if I want to go that way again. We'll see, but I know I like to keep the frames a little bit on the thin side. So we'll see how all that turns out. But I think I might be able to get that kind of dialed in today, and that'll be pretty good. Shopping at Kroger back in 2020, and the anti-masker shoved me into the cucumber bin. One of the cucumbers lodged in my uterus and had to be removed via forceps because it was pushed in sideways. Oh fuck, that's the worst. Yeah, the Spank Monkey spinners so far, I'm absolutely loving it. And I don't know, Luke would be able to tell you there's a fancy little elastic string that goes along with the you can get from those. I don't know if you get it from them or not, but if you can, get some. I just folded mine over. I'll bring you down there and show you. So what I did is I just tied that elastic around here to give it a good whack, get it spinning. I tied a little constrictor knot on the end up to my hooks, and I just attach it to the end of my old catch bag, and right over each bar on each side. I've been putting a good freaking beating on this little guy. See, he's already starting to stretch her out. We'll see if we can get her dialed in real nice. But I'll give it a couple of whacks on this side in a couple of days, and I'll just flip sides just to keep it lasting as long as I can. But that stitching on there is really damn thick. And I'm probably assuming that it's been glued as well, so I don't see this thing coming apart anytime soon. But look at the size of that. Boom, watch this. Disappears. History. Yeah. Eventually, at some point, I've been chipping away at this garage trying to clean it up. But our garbage in my area only picks up once every 2 weeks. So there's only so much shit I could throw away at one time before I have to wait and make sure to have enough room for my my household garbage that we generate on a weekly basis or whatever before I can throw that away again. But in the next couple of days when I'm able to really lift things that are heavy, I'm gonna go back to the. I've got a bunch of tires I got to throw away, an old rim from my Volkswagen that blew up on me, and maybe even two of them actually. One, yeah. I'll get rid of all that, and we'll only have four more tires. When that happens, I've got to do a little bit of rearranging. There's a few more things I want to throw away in here, but I'm going to really set up my shop in here and get things real nice. Like this guy here, my big bench that's in behind me, I'll probably slide this right up against the wall and put my second table in over here. Get my vacuum going for all the things and everything. It'll be pretty cool. I really got to figure out what I want to do space-wise. I also think that on this table here, I've got some big boards that used to be an old shelf, but it's a pretty sturdy board. I might put those on top of here just to sturdy up the top a little bit. But it should be pretty good. It's the best hanging material that I found so far for spinners. Yeah, I think you're right too. It's pretty damn good. Brandy spinners are awesome. They are awesome. Oh, you're out of here, Hoggy? Peace, my brother. Take it easy. I'll shoot you a message a little later. I need to get a frame for you one of these days, ATO. Well, Jay, I've got some that are in the works. I'm going to be banging out a few more as we move on. But I got some stuff I got to get done. We should have elastic material for hanging spinners. Yeah, you should, man. Chuck, I used to use one of these type of elastics. I used to get from, I think it was Sniper Sling. I used to get it from. Comes in a roll. I used to hang my spinners off that stuff. It was really good. The only thing I have a problem with it. Oh, you do. The only thing I find I have a problem with is when you put the when you try to tie knots in it. If you don't keep tension in, they just come undone. So I end up tying a constrictor knot on it. It keeps them up nice and tight, and it works really, really good. I gotta reload. Hold on. Man, the last week or so, it's been so stupid busy around here. My son's working 2 jobs, started kickboxing, has a tutor. It's like by the time I get home from work, get things done, and my wife works farther than me in the city. So by the time everything gets done, all the running around and all that stuff, it's like, fuck, it's like I get home, I pretty much go to work, come home, take a shower, go to bed, and cook dinner. It's been just stupid. I've been trying to get in on any kind of lives that people got going on or anything, and I just don't have freaking time. It sucks. Steven, you ready here, bro? Take it easy, man. Yeah, it just sucks. And then after cutting my finger, I was a little bit scared because when I cut my finger, the whole from the knuckle down to the tip of my finger went all numb, and I couldn't feel anything at all with it. I was poking it with a needle and everything, and I felt nothing, or very, very little, which is, oh, there it is. It actually kind of got me nervous a little bit. I thought maybe I did some real damage to the finger, but by the next morning, it seemed to be okay. So it could have just been from the impact of the piece. That, oh, I know you heard that crack. That was dead center. But the feeling's back, and that's good news. So ATO, do you sell frames on a website, or you just do raffles for now? Raffles right now is just for now. I am going to be starting to do, I'm going to try to build up like a stock where I can get like a good 10 of them done. I know I have 3 days of vacation left, so I'm hoping I can put some work in. If I can get some fucking time, it would be so nice if I could just get some time and get a bunch of them done. And if I get a bunch of them done, I will be selling them off directly, I guess you could say. But we'll see. We'll see. As for now, I absolutely do not want to be taking orders for frames. I went through this a bunch of years ago when I was making knives, and I have a family. I have a full-time job. I have a second job. I've got a kid that needs to be driven everywhere because we live out in the country. I don't have that much time, so when I'm making stuff, trying to find time to buy things, get to a post office, run here, run there. I had people up my ass all the time. Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? And I just like, fuck, enough. And I stopped making knives because of it. So I think I'll be making some frames. They'll be coming up. And if anybody's interested, when I have a whole bunch of them made, they can choose the ones that they want, and I'll ship them to them. But I'm not getting backlogged. Oh, I'm not getting backlogged or having people climb up my butt all the time over it. I'm not saying that you're going to do that, Jay. I just can't. I can't get into that again. Having a backlog of things and spending every waking spare moment of my time in the shop. It can't be like that. So it's unfortunate, I guess. But anyway, it is what it is. Steven, you're out of here? Oh, yeah, he is out of here. Yeah. So when I do have some available, I guess what I'll be doing is just popping them up on Facebook or on here, saying, "Hey, I got these two available," uh, and that'll be that. And we'll see where it goes from there. I think it'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool to do it that way for now until I can get really set up and my son gets his license, which is coming. He's also taking his driving license courses, which is another thing we have to drive him to. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be so bad, but I finish work at 2:30. I usually get home around 3:30 or 4 after coming home from work from traffic. So it's usually my duty to get everything done. My wife will finish his work at 4:30, and she usually only arrives home at 6:30 from work. So that's that relies on me to get dinner going and all that shit. And anyway, it sucks. It's our thing, but oh, Spanky, if we gotta get everything get everything done, time is very short, and I get up at 4:15 in the morning every day, so I get to bed around 8:30 to go to my day job. Oh, to go to my day job, and anyway, that's that. I know I got a couple of guys that are you can have the G10 to work with, just finishing up the first hillbilly with G10. I'll stick with what I do. It's a bit of a bitch, eh? And it's really good on the saw blades. Hey Annie, how you doing? Just out here getting acquainted with this S1. And I'm putting an absolute savage of a beating on the little monkey spank spinner over there. I guess it's about 1.5 centimeters diameter. Oh man, it's like 6 in a row. Thing's taking a whooping. And just to tell you, anybody who's out there shooting in the cold, these wooden frames are probably one of the best things to shoot in the cold. They keep your hands nice and warm. They got a bit of an R value. They retain some heat. Oh, they're comfortable. And they can shoot just as good as any other frame out there. So, just something to think about. Yeah, that freaking monkey spank thing's getting destroyed. You've been stuck by a smooth criminal. Let's go, Paul. Finish up a wrap and tuck today and starting a clipped one also. Oh, very sweet. Sorry, I can't hear at the moment. My mother-in-law called as I tuned in. Oh, tuned in. Oh, well. Literally banding up the trail boss right now, Thomas. That's sweet. Show that S1. Tell me that's not pretty. Nice natty S1. I'm really, really enjoying shooting this thing. It feels great. It feels great. Like one of the only ones I don't have of Rick's. The S1 is this one here is actually from Moan Waller. Do you have any Tim Henry frames? Yeah, I do. I've got one of his original Falcons way back in the day when he started making frames. I got a Falcon from him that I traded for a Beagle R. It was very, very nice. Tim was just starting out, did a little video for him. It was great. And I got to tell you, the Falcon is a really, really good frame. It's a nice design. I don't know. It's fantastic. And I also have a couple of my Carter frames from Tim. through the Omega guys. I've got two Aries, and I got one help me out here, Spitfire, a nice brown natural micarta Spitfire, which is freaking great. It's awesome. Send you a pic of one when it's done. Cool. Yeah, they push electric current through it, man. That's what they do. And it's kind of neat because every single one of these things are going to be different, which is nice. I don't think the current will ever go through the same on two frames, which is sweet. Look at that, man. This thing's freaking beautiful. I don't know where he attaches everything to it, but it's freaking beautiful. Yep. Oh, man, and it feels good to be shooting, boy, let me tell you. Really feels good to be shooting. I might even take some time today to get outside and do some shooting. I've been trying to get a hold of one of his frames. I don't have one in any of his frames in my collection either. This is kind of like the first one, and it's super awesome, man. I freaking love it. I think if I was gonna go with a Moan frame though, it would definitely be an S1. I really like the designs of it, and I was looking at one of them because I think they have them on Pro Shot catapults also. The S1, they have it, and I was thinking about going that way also and picking one up from there. But I figured if I ever had the money, I would go with a Moan frame and get him to build me one just to have one in my collection. He's one of those guys that I wouldn't want I wouldn't want a non-Moan frame that Moan touched. You know, it sounds kind of weird, but if I'm going to get a frame from a builder, I want it from the man. Oh, I missed that one. I've got a Wabbit Stomper. Cool. Oh, cool. Cool, Paul. Thanks for everything. Fellow hairy fisherman. When is EC? Yeah, good question. Hey, how's it going, Shades? When is the ECSD? Oh, man. Oh, I miss shooting, man. I miss shooting. I'll message you with your tracking later. You got the same fuzz on your head as I do on my nutsack. Wow, buddy. You must be a hit with the ladies. Someone want to make me a good natty? I gotta get up and shoot today. It's been 2 weeks here. Yeah, it's been a long time for me too, man. I was looking at like I'm almost a month. It's just been too damn cold over here. I tried taking a couple of shots just off the balcony from inside the house. Don't tell my wife. And it was you take like 2 or 3 shots and my dog started barking and everything started going crazy. So I ended up not shooting for almost 3 or 4 weeks. And then my finger happened and I got really concerned that it was going to take a lot longer for me to get healed up. But anyway, took a good turn. Oh yeah, took a good turn. I'm feeling much better now. It still hurts. It's hurting right now shooting, but got back on track. I can't wait to. I took 3 or 4 shots yesterday with my Avro outside in the backyard while my dog was running around in the snow. It was a lot of fun. And then I realized, oh, I can actually hold on to a frame, so it's pretty good. I couldn't do that a couple days before. Sometimes, though, sounds kind of weird, but every now and then it's actually good to take a little break. Take a little bit of a break, and and I find sometimes things just kind of clean themselves up, you know, and you overshoot, you get overwore out, you start picking up some bad habits. And it's actually good to take a little bit of a break and just let things kind of settle. And then, I know you heard that one. Then you kind of get back into the swing of things, and it makes a big difference. Just look your wife in her eye and tell her you would be shooting in the basement. Then, because where she's from, duck and cover your face, protect your kidneys. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah, those Scots have that fiery temper, boy, let me tell you. Later, guys. Have a good one. Take care, Knuckle. Hey, Doggy Bones. What's happening, man? Okay, I just want to ask some advice because I'm learning the base beginner types of do's and don'ts. Please and thank you. You can ask any questions you want, anytime. I'll help you out if you need it, and I'm sure anybody else in this chat will. Take it easy, bro. 8675309. Yeah. All right. I think we'll take a couple more hits on that spank monkey. Oh, man, oh man. And then we'll start sanding up that other that busted up Avro there and see if we can get that fixed up today. Oh, that's two. Get one more good crack on that thing. Oh, that's another hit, but not a good crack. I want to smoke that thing right in the little red dot. You hear it sing. Another hit. Come on. Oh, that was a miss. Oh, that was a good hit, but man, you really gotta put it right on that red dot, like right dead center, to get that thing to really sing for you. Oh, that was a little high. Let's take a break. If I go live later this afternoon, I'll go over my gizmos at the start. That nano shot on Pro Shot catapult's pretty cool. Tiny. Yeah, there's lots of cool frames out there. You know, when you think that every single fork has been invented, when you think every single fork has been invented, somebody pops up with something pretty new and cool. It's kind of neat. Oh, there's the crack I was looking for. Beauty. All right. Let's get some rubber gloves on. See if we could sand that thing out. Get it good and glued up this time. At least we'll be able to get it fixed up, and we'll be back in business again. Keep that finger clean. Without putting any holes in myself again today. That'll be a good start. So what's everybody else shooting here today? Hey, Butler, if you're still in the chat there, bro, are you down for a cool live next week? Next weekend, Sunday? Let me know. If you're down, I'm down. All right, let's clear out a little bit of spot on this disaster of a table here. And it just sucks because I had all this shit all cleaned up, ready to go. And right while I was just wrapping up that last frame, damn near chopped my finger off, so kind of sucks. But we'll see where everything goes. See if we can get things all dolled back up in here again, real quick, just to give us enough room to get some things sanded up, and get the old saw going, and see if we can cut some things up. I also got these. I got these at a nice price. These little sanding packs. I think it's got like 8 sheets of each. Of it goes from 400 grit all the way up to 3,000 grit. Not so sure I'll be using the 3,000. It's a little bit high for what I use, but these kind of things, it's really nice. I can wrap them around that spindle and get some work done on there. But boy, howdy, I know how to fart. Good for you, Jack. Good for you. Let's get all these tucked in behind there. That's another one we got to finish up. Get that one out to an awesome dude. Let's tuck this in there. I gotta find a nice little shelf of some kind that I could stick up here that I can put all my working materials on, and that'll keep them kind of out of the way and clean, so we don't have to worry about dirt getting into them and making a disaster of everything and so on. But we'll see if we can get there. And this was the frame I was in here gonna shoot that day when everything went wrong. The stylus. So when I drill out the centers, I get these nice little beads. I don't know if you call them beads quite yet, but I can't on Sunday. No worries. How about Saturday? Would be good for Saturday. We could do a cold live on Saturday if you want. We got these little beads here. I'm thinking about drilling these out and just putting them, making the little beads with a quick little lanyard on there, rounding them out, drilling a hole in the center. Anyway, hey, if somebody can get rid of Jack Akers Jr., I've had my fill of stupid today. Get rid of that shit. Anyway, I'll keep those. I think I might do something if I can with them, and we'll see. I need that guy. All of these gotta go. Anyway, Butler, really no pressure, dude. If you ever have a moment where you're open and free and you want to do a cold live, just let me know. It's no problem at all, dude. Let's get this out of the way. All these little, yeah, I bought these little clamps here. They do work, but fuck, they're annoying. I find the pressure of them is not that great. I mean, they do put some good pressure on them, which is kind of nice. But the little orange clips, every time you clip them, they pop off real easy. They flip around like this sometimes when you're trying to get things squared away and even. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. These ones here, in terms of clamps, are far superior to those other ones. Oh, I'm not going to do that. That would have sucked. But on here, you can really feel the pressure of these ones. These are great. So let's get a little bit more room in here. I also got some of these guys here. These are 5mm holes that I use to drill for my rib nuts. And it's kind of cool because these drills, they're cobalt on there. They're good for high heat and hard steels. But the cool thing is they're both sides. So I could tuck those in there. I could drill one side, and when it starts to get dull, I just flip it around and I can keep them going. So for the same price as these guys, I've got these. but it winds up being double the amount, and it's the exact same stuff. So that's a pretty good win. What's going on, Nature Man? How you doing, bro? All right, got our Allen keys tucked in there. Don't want to lose the Allen keys. Those are important. That's garbage, 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 garbage. All right. So usually what I do is I got a nice flat top that I put down on my bench, and I'll get a nice coarse-ish sandpaper here. What do we got here? That's 320. We want something a little bit more rough than that. I don't know if I have any 180 left. I don't think I do. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy. I'm just going to... Okay, this has got to come off. And really rough this up. I could, actually, you know what? Fuck this. It's gonna get a little loud in here, guys, but we're gonna get her done right. A little bit loud, just a little bit. If you want, I can mute you. If you don't want to hear the, if you don't want to hear that, I'll actually, should I remove that? I might. Yeah, I'm going to remove that. What do I need in there? Phillips. Yeah. I don't want to go climbing over into the other side and bust out the hand tools. We'll just quickly take it out with this guy. I don't know where that other bit went. Doesn't really matter. We'll just do this. That'll work fine enough. We'll let it rip. That's what I like to hear. I'm gonna mute it for you guys so you don't have to hear the noise that much. It's gonna get pretty gnarly. It's gonna get pretty gnarly in here once this thing fires up. Not too bad, I hope. All right. I'll let her rip. All right, we hit that pretty hard with a 40 grit, and that should definitely do the trick. Weather in India is so bad right now, bruh. I'm gonna die in this summer. It's already 31 degrees in the afternoon. Oh no, that sucks. 5 p.m. I'll try to make it, Paul. I'll make sure to set my notifications. If you guys can give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. All right. I had a roll of shop towels in here, but I finished them off. Kind of cleaning up my hand. Looks like rubbish and trash to me. That's all right. It's all right. Nobody's forcing you to stick around, that's for sure. So, let's get this guy cleaned up. Just a little. So we've given it a good sand down with 40 grit. You can actually feel, the grooves and the cuts in there. This is exactly what I did on the last one, which is kind of weird that it delaminated like that, but we'll see how it goes. This should definitely hold it all together, that's for damn sure. Get it nice and clean. Make sure there's no fluff on there. Wipe down with the wipe down going. We're gonna quickly close up the alcohol because you don't want that evaporating, even though it's not really all that expensive. Get a nice clean working surface here. And I should have a small kind of gnarly piece of G10 in here somewhere that I could use as a, yeah, we'll use that for our epoxy. And I'll need another piece to kind of scrape up. Well, that we'll use for our clips for our carbon fiber piece. And we'll see how it goes. There's bound to be another one in here somewhere. I might need that one. I'm not going to cut that one up. That's going to go back in the pieces bin. All right, where'd that orange thing go? I have a little scraper that I like to use somewhere around here. Got some nice stainless rib nuts on there. Hey, Dalton, don't worry about it, bro. These haters aren't going to shake me at all. They can say whatever it is they want. Usually I make fun of their moms and kick their asses out of here. But I figured I would be nice somewhat today. Yeah, they don't bother me. They don't bother me at all. They don't bother me at all. You really got to look yourself in the mirror when you're bouncing around online talking shit anonymously from a fucking distance. You know, you got something wrong with you. That's fucking, yeah. All right, let's grab a new one. Fuck that thing. Where did it go? All right, let's get the. Yeah, I got to remember that when I get these rubber gloves next time, I got to get the extra large ones going. These rubber gloves are a little bit on the small side for me. The large size, they don't really cut it. All right. Bust out the C-Tough. And I need some kind of little scraper. I had an orange thing in here somewhere. I don't know where it's gone. Ah! I've got to have something here. Ah, here we go. That's a perfect one. I got one. I like to keep those little. I like to keep those little scraps. You never know. You never know when you can make a nice set of clips or something out of them. So. You never know, you can make a nice set of clips out of them or something like that. Make them pretty cool. Right, I'm ducking out. I have to prep for my frame and Valentine's Day special Friday. I'll be live 5. Perfect. What time do you have now, Paul, in your area? It must be, what time are we here? 11. So is it like 9 o'clock where you're at, Paul? What am I attempting to build? Slingshot, man. Actually, right now I'm just repairing a slingshot, but after I get this guy glued together, we're going to finish it up. Pretty nice. I got a couple of them in the works. We'll get those built up nice and ready to go. Need a lot of this. Really get this thing glued in nicely. So one thing I find about this C-Tough, one side of the epoxy is like it's quite thin and easy to work with. The other side is really, really thick, and once it kind of scoots down to the bottom of the bottle, I usually keep it upside down on purpose, just to keep everything on the down end. But once it starts moving, it's like very, very thick and hard to get out of the tube. You really got to give it a good squeeze. All right, so that's in there. I might have gone a little heavy. We'll put a little bit more of the other one in there. There we go. Should be good to go. We'll get that good and mixed up. Put this away. We got plenty of time. It's a little bit cool in the garage, so it's going to take a little bit longer to dry, but not the end of the world. You guys able to see what I'm doing here? That's not so bad. Turn it a little bit more, maybe. There we go. Is that a good mix up? That's another thing too with epoxy. You always got to make sure that you really, really get a good mix up on it. Make sure it's mixed up nicely, properly, and when you know it's mixed up good. Oh crap! I forgot something that I wanted to do first before we get into all this. I've got to tape off that front fork like that, and get this one separated. And get this fork taped up, just like that. Yeah, that'll do nicely. All right. Now that we got everything mixed up, we're going to drop a shit ton of them back into that hole. And then spread it out. We'll probably have to clean out some of those holes that I'm doing right now, just to clean out the hole a little bit. It's going to be a bit of a freaking mess, but once I get that hole cleaned out, we'll see if we can tuck some more epoxy down in there, in that one hole that kind of got jacked up. And maybe we can get it nice and repaired. We'll see how it turns out. But there'll be some requiring of a cleanup after, which is not so bad. I'm not too worried about that, about the cleanup. And it may wind up being a little bit more narrow than my other Avros, the fork tips, because I'm gonna have to resand the edges, which is not so bad. But we're gonna glue the freaking crap out of this thing. Get it good and glued back up. And with that 80 grit, or sorry, the 40 grit that we use to drill the holes, we should be looking pretty good when we clamp this guy back up. Now what we're going to do to make sure that we're looking pretty nice and got our lock back in, it's going to require some sanding after, boy. Get this thing centered back up. Yeah, it's very wobbly when you first clamp it. It really wants to wiggle around on you, which is kind of a problem, especially when you're trying to do something like this, like get it back into the spot where it belongs. That actually feels pretty good. No, that one. Shit, where'd it go? All right, we'll use them. I don't care. So we'll get these little crap U clamps back on there. How are we feeling here? That feels pretty good. Yeah, we're a little bit off. Yeah, it's going to require some playing with, unfortunately, to get this thing back almost exactly where I want it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's clean up that hole on the inside a little bit. It just sucks because this frame was pretty much finished. It was, I just needed to drill those last two holes and it would have been fine. But yeah, we had that tragic little accident there. It screwed everything up for us, for me. But we're gonna get this filled back up. Get that hole packed full of epoxy. And hopefully, when it comes time, I'll be able to really lock this guy back down. And when we put it on back on the drill press, I'll make sure that I've got this thing kind of locked in. Yeah, we're feeling not bad. We're a little bit that way. A little bit. Come on. Good. That's good. Yeah, I think I got it pretty much bang on. Now let's just pile on the clamps. There we go. And that one is a done deal. We're gonna let this dry somewhere out of the way, maybe over here. Put this guy over, put it on there. Yeah. So we'll let that guy dry, get it good and dried, and then hopefully we'll be able to save that frame. It won't be one that I'll sell, but it'll definitely be one that I'll keep and shoot myself. And that should be pretty much good to go. All right. Let's what are we gonna do with this guy? I wouldn't mind reusing this. Let's see if we can get some of that shit off. And reuse it probably a little later. I gotta get some some slings cut out, some things cut out, and we'll see how that goes. We don't have to do it now. I mean, if you guys don't mind. 2-car garage. Yeah, I got plenty of room for 2-car garage in here. It's like a 2-car garage, but the door is only big enough to let 1 car through at a time, unfortunately. It would be tight. It would be tight for it to fit 2 cars in here, but I definitely could. I've got it's nice and wide, nice and long, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. They actually call it a 1-car garage, but there's room for 2 cars in here. I could definitely fit them, but I would have to. I'd have to remove my things on the wall, along the walls here, and just put them right down at the back. It would have been fine. But yeah, there's plenty of room. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. That's the problem. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm actually repairing a Slingshot that I had break on me while I was working on it. I'll show you here. I've just got it clamped and glued back up. It's a nice, very nice 5-layer, G10 and carbon fiber Slingshot. It's called an Avro. It is my design. And if you want to see what it looks like complete, check out my last live from Wednesday last week. And you'll see I had 2 that went up for raffle. Both of them went up for raffle, and they were both sold in very, very little time, which was very, very nice. It should be my last live on this channel. Just go back and check it out. This thing here? Yeah, it is deer hide. I got a huge chunk of it lying around here. It was unusable. Somebody had shot it with buckshot, and I'd actually bought 2 of them that I was going to make a poncho out of. But it was shot with buckshot. It had a bunch of holes all over the place in places that I couldn't recuperate it from. So I made a few pouches out of it, and a bunch of cord that I use for lanyards that I was able to do, but now I don't have. This sling here is made out of paracord. Yeah, so I've got more of a disaster here, but what I want to do is get a few things cut out here today. I've got my I can't remember what they call it. Is it a blade runner? Something like that. Anyway, got my blade runner here, and we're gonna do some cutting with that thing. Get a couple of slingshots cut out and ready to go, which will be freaking sweet. I've got 3 of them planned out, as some of you guys may have saw in the beginning. I got 3 of them planned out, ready to go, which we will be doing some sanding with and getting it all prettied up. But I've got a bunch of stuff here I got to toss out. So my goal today is actually to get a bunch of those cut out, get a bunch of them cut out and glued today. Once they're glued and cut out, I'll be able to get on to the next stage where I'm going to route out all the sides. On my little router, we'll route out all the sides, and we'll once it's all routed out, we'll be able to we'll basically be able to start getting some frames built. A little bit of shock cord that I like to use for hanging targets. And once that's done, I also found this. I've had this lying around in my garage for a while. This thing here, for those of you who check back in this video way back. Yeah, Benny's at the movies, man. Yeah, I got this burl that I cut off a tree a bunch of years back, and I actually made my Makatogan out of the other half of this. And I want to take this burl and kind of find a way to incorporate it into a slingshot, part of a handle, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna put this thing on the big old belt sander and kind of sand it flat, and then I'll see if I can cut a strip off of it. And maybe we can put that on one of the pieces of jade here. I think that would look freaking awesome down at the handle. And maybe make this one a wrap and tuck only. It'd be very, very thin though. I don't know how I'd do that yet. But it would be nice to have a nice chunk of burl on there with, I don't know, would this be, let's see. I might be able to get part of an Avro made out of there. And then have the bottom of it. I don't know. I don't know how I'd do this. I'd have to cut a bunch of sections out of it, get it really, really square, and see if I can get them to fit. I don't know if it's possible or not, but that would be pretty damn cool. That would be a cool looking. There's my freaking thing I was looking for. This is the thing I usually use for my epoxy. I get it good and mixed up, and I spread it all over my parts with it, and then I just give it a little scrub down to get it to clean up with a little bit of alcohol. But that works quite well. Yeah. So you can see here, I got my blade runner. This thing is absolute money. And if you buy these diamond grip bits while you're chopping shit up with these things, it's awesome. Especially for G10. You can follow around, you can cut this thing up really, really nice. It's really easy to use. Well worth the money. By far, it's well worth the money. And it's got a nice little port in the back here. Right in the back here where you can plug in a vacuum and it'll suck up all the shit so you don't have any disaster going on. That's pretty good. I've also got my brand new Wen reciprocating spindle sander, which takes a lot of work off, a lot of time. How many have I built, if you don't mind me asking? The Avros, I think I made 6 so far. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 I've made so far. Leon's got 3 of them. I've got 1. Maybe more. Hold on. Okay, besides the prototype, I've got the 2 green OD green ones. I've got the red one and the OD green one that me and Leon have. I've got that really fancy one that I sent to Leon. I've got the red one, carbon fiber one. 1, 2, 3, 10. I've made 10 so far. And Shades has 2 of my builds, I believe. He's got my my raindrop carbon fiber one that I made. It's like a cross between an HGH and a Cygnus. And what was the other one, Shades? If you're in the chat here still, what was the other one you got? I don't remember. I don't remember which one. Yeah, Kyle's got one. Only the one. Okay, that's right. That's right. The other one is a Cygnus Prime Fork. Yeah, the Cygnus. Yeah, that's right. Leon was showing off his the night I decided to watch it live. Ah, cool. Yeah, he's got one that I'm that was really hard for me to let go. It's basically made out of the same stuff that I made these clips from, and it's got that nice green toxic green line down the middle with a nice toxic green core in it. It's freaking beautiful. I love that frame. But I know it's in good hands. I know Leon's going to love that one. And I believe he's also got he's got the other green one, the green the green, orange, and white G10 one, and another one that was yeah, it's like a Damascus G10, and the other one he has is like it's similar to my Avro that I have out of my Carta, but it's like a OD green, brown. I can't remember the colors. I think it's OD green, natural, and black, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Now that it's a little bit warmer outside today, and I got the garage pumping the heat, so you can see in here like usually I can see my breath in here, but it should help the epoxy dry a little bit better. The green slingshot caught my attention. Yeah, but which green one did you see? The one with the green and orange, or with the green, black, and natural? Micarta. Yeah, Leon was the first one to ever get a slingshot with my maker's mark in it, I believe. The camouflage colors. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's pretty badass, eh? Yeah. So what do you think, guys? You guys want to stick around for me? I'm gonna do a little bit of cutting on here, or should I just wrap this one up a little bit short today and call it good? If you guys don't mind, I'll just mute you up while I'm cutting this guy off. We'll put the two together, see how it looks all chopped up, and then we'll go forward from there if you want. Just gotta get my mask on. I'll be watching. All right. If Shades is watching, I'll stick it out. Just gotta get the old mask on. All right. I'm actually gonna turn you around, change the angle a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, how the thing's cutting, and anyway, we'll see how it goes. Let's do it. Down here a little bit. Gotta get her plugged in. Here, I'm gonna mute you guys unless you guys want to see it. All right, I think for the micarta, I'm going to use my my I don't know, I keep on forgetting the name of this thing. My coping saw, my electric coping saw, or whatever the hell it's called. I'm going to go through that, get that done, and then once we're done that, we'll peel off the glue, wipe it down, sand it down, and glue this layer to this piece. Later on, when this is glued up, I'm going to sand it on down, get it all clean. Basically what we'll do is I'm going to come back again, and I'll show you how I line up for the clips, because I want this to be a clipped frame. So basically what I'm going to do is what I do, I like my clips to be 15 millimeters long. So I got this little doohickey of a tool here. So if I'm doing 15 right here, I'll show you here real quick. I've got that set up at 15 millimeters, right? And what I'll do is I'll hang this guy down here like that on one side, and I'll clamp a straight flat bar to this right across 15 millimeters, 15 millimeters, both sides. And then I stack up layers of tape on here over and over and over again. And when I'm able to set this up for my next piece, I'll slide it on here and it'll lock onto the tape like this. And then I trace out my next piece, and that'll give me a perfect thing where it can lock right up onto this thing. And then I could just draw it out, cut it out, glue it together. Then we'll run it through the router again and get it all cleaned up. We need more of these lives where you just watch you work like an annoying boss. Hey, if you want, man, I'll take you through every single step of this live if you want, and we can get right down to the finished build, and you can see how I do it step by step. If that's what you want to do, if you guys are interested in that, I'll do it, man. It might be kind of fun to do that if you're interested. But anyway, I'm gonna get this guy plugged in, put the vacuum in the front so it'll suck up some of my gunk. If it'll fit, there we go. Had a little bit of trouble with all the things I had unplugged and plugged in here before. So anyway, we'll get that kind of sorted out. Give me a little bit more room, and then we'll come in here and we'll take care of this guy. This saw actually works quite a bit better on the micarta than this one does. Only because, whoops, sorry, I'm talking off the thing. Yeah, it just seems to work a little bit better. It works up and down. It's kind of quiet also. With the vacuum, it sucks up a lot of the dust, so I probably shouldn't even have to wear a mask on this one. And we'll be able to talk our way through it if you're interested. So, I'll tilt you guys down so you can see what's up. Got to find the plug on this one. I have this one unplugged as well. Here it is. Pass this guy through. And which one do we want to unplug for this? What's this? What do we got here? Yeah, this one we can unplug. Bastard. Again. That's why. There we go. So, see, it's pretty quiet, eh? You can really slow it down. You can really speed it up. I find I like to get it to a speed where it doesn't hop much. But all right. First thing we're gonna do is we'll drop this guy down just a little bit to keep it from hopping on us. So get it into a spot where it seems comfortable. A little bit tight. There we go. So we're free. Let's get her going. This guy does seem to cut a little slower. Not really good for G10 with the blades that I'm using on here. I'm sure there's probably another version of blades that are good for G10, but I find with the micarta, this stuff does a great job on micarta, kind of chipping away at it, and it makes a very, very fine cut, which is cool. The whole trick is though, when you get into the corners, I'm used to working on the blade runner, so I rush it a little bit, and I push it a little hard. There's no reason for that, really. And anyway, there's no reason to rush it. You can just take your time, cutting out the curves, making a nice thin line, keeping about 2 millimeters away from your line, so you got room to glue, and it doesn't make anything trouble with it. The one thing I found with this saw, whatever it's called, if somebody knows, please put it in the chat. Is you gotta give it time to make the turns. If you try to push it through the turn, it'll keep going straight and the blade will bend and it'll get a little funky on you. But I do absolutely find that the blade runner is easier to keep straight than this guy. But it's kind of nice having something that's a little bit quieter and creates less dust in the blade runner. The blade runner really, really packs the dust on. So far, so good. We're pretty close to the actual size. They're pretty much even. We'll have a little bit to clean out of there, but just to show you. What did I do with my template? Oh shit! Seriously, I think I left it upstairs. So, scroll saw. Thank you, Hillbilly. Man, I was trying to figure out what the hell that was called. This is good to see. Yeah. So basically, once I get the scroll saw pumping out, and basically what we'll do is I'll remove this tape. We'll wipe it down with alcohol, and then we'll give it a sand so they kind of meet, so they're fitting together and everything is good. And then we'll, oh, you know what, that's going to look freaking sexy when that's all dolled up. Yeah. And we'll clip this one out. That'll be pretty badass, guys. This will be a badass frame. Yep. Maybe we'll put a couple of pins in this one. Make it look a little different. Be pretty cool. All jokes aside, I love watching this stuff. Thanks for letting me hang out today, folks. Thanks as always, ATO, for your patience and help. I made sure to smash the like button on my way out Later. Take it easy, Andy. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. All right, so let's clean this guy up. We'll get the epoxy rocking and rolling, and then we'll get this one glued up and kind of halfway ready to go. It'll be pretty fun. I think this is gonna be freaking nice, man. I'm gonna like this one. Yep. Something about jade. I don't know. I like it. I like jade. We have any jade fans down in here? Better late than never. Nick, what's going on, man? Just out here doing some chatting, a little bit of building, a little bit of repairing. Not really much going on, I guess. I don't know. These lives tend to never do all that great. I find a lot of people dip when we start doing these little build things here, but I don't care. I'm here for the people that want to hang out. If you want to split, it's no big deal. These builds tend to be a little bit wacky. Not everyone's into it. Sunday coffee, yes sir. We had a little bit of coffee going on this morning. Actually, do I have any left? That's the question. Yeah, a little bit left. A little bit of coffee left. Ice cold coffee. Ice cold. All right, that's looking pretty damn good. Yeah, I think I left my template upstairs when I was putting all my stuff away the other night when my wife was picking colors for frames. Make sure these are pretty good here. Line all that up. Maybe better this way. I don't know yet. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get this all glued up nice. And then we should be, yeah, that's it right there. We'll see how it goes. I don't have any jade slingshots. I only have 7. Oh, nice. Oh, thanks, Nick. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's get this guy over here. Back to my my disaster of a workbench. Whoop. There we go. So move this guy out of the way. Now we're going to have to, like we did before, we're going to have to sand down these guys really, really well. It's very important to sand in between your layers and get them all, get those layers really, really roughed up. So you want your epoxy to glue onto those as best as possible. And, yeah, it just makes for a stronger frame all the way around. So, yeah, that looks a little better right there. I think. No, that's crooked. So it's got to go this way. From top to top. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So in here, somewhere in here, there's going to be a pretty sick frame. We'll see how it goes. Did you get it sent to you already, Kyle? I'm wondering if you got it in your hands yet. I would like to see how you think it feels when you lock that little puppy in your hand. I know I really love my my Avro. It's probably one of the most comfortable frames I own. I got one here. This is one that I had a little bit of an error on, but it shoots really good, holds in the hand really well, and this one's going to be heading out to Bosnia as soon as I get it done and I have some spare time. Not yet. Okay. So, first things first. Let's get these 2 faces all sanded up nice. We got to get that piece plugged back in. We're done with the coping saw for now. This guy plugged back in. Got to get the mask on. All right, I'm going to mute you real quick. Get this guy sanded up on this side, sand it up on that side, and then we'll chat again. So you can see the difference. So yes, oh man, got some sticky shit on here still. So as before, just like before, we're gonna have to get this cleaned up with a little bit of alcohol. Remove any kind of dust that may be on there, any kind of gunk, any kind of resin or epoxy that may be left from the table here. We want it to be as clean as possible. Nice and wiped down. That's key to the epoxy process. It's getting everything super clean, dust free, sticky, oils, even from your fingers. Get it as clean as possible. Once you got it good and clean, dust free and roughed up nice, where the epoxy are going to glue onto there. See the difference? Not much of a difference there. Maybe with the glare. See there? Without the glare. See how's that roughed up? Greetings from Norway. Waiting for my first ever sling to arrive in the mail. Meanwhile, I made about 14 clay balls from my yard and a new batch is in the making. Very cool, Mix Licks. Welcome to the community. Yes, sir. 100%. Yeah. We'll get this guy glued up. And I do have some brass. I think some brass pins in there would look freaking amazing. Brass, ATO logo, and maybe a brass pin down at the bottom there. I don't know. We'll see. I want it to be, it's going to be like jewelry on there. You know, a little bit of brass, little brass bits on there. Might look pretty freaking cool, I think. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yep. All right. Let's get that epoxy rocking and rolling. We'll get this guy cleaned up again. Actually, what we're going to do first is just give this a little bit of a wipe down. I did find a couple of sticky bits that were on here, and I need to keep this board clean because this is what I use for sanding and epoxying, and I want to keep everything nice and flat. So I don't want anything, any of this epoxy kind of sticking and hardening. So when I'm sanding down on this board, here's another spot. When I'm sanding and epoxying down on this board again, I'm not going to have little hard bits that might do like sanding gouges in my working piece, which would be quite bad. So there we go. We'll stick that guy there. Let's get the epoxy rocking and rolling. Lovely in my collection. Yeah, maybe Kyle, you never know. This one will be going into a raffle, that's for sure. So if you're lucky and you want in, just let me know when the time comes and we'll see what we can get going. I really hope that other one that we just glued up, I hope that one turns out pretty good and I'm able to actually repair it. We'll see, because I was really hoping to be able to either sell it or keep one of those for myself, because man, it's a really pretty looking slingshot and it fits and feels really good in the hand. So I was kind of hoping that we could that I could keep that one going, but we'll see if we can get it fixed. if we can get it fixed up, it'll be pretty nice, and we'll be back in action 100% with that. And you'll see me shooting it sometime in the very near future, if we can get that thing to dry up nice and be nice and solid and safe. Because the last thing you want is having one of those clips pop and hitting you right in the kisser. That would suck. All right, we found our nice little epoxy stick. This guy works really good. Gets a good mix going. Can really get it all mixed up nicely. That's another key with epoxy, is you really want to make sure that you mix it up properly. Sometimes if you just do like a little swirl, it doesn't mix up properly, and you get parts of it that take a really long time to dry, or it doesn't dry at all and it gets really slippery spots, which is very possible, and it can cause a delamination or problems in the future. So you basically want to get that snugged up really well, and that way you don't have to worry about any kind of problems of it letting go on you or anything like that. So we've got a nice sanded face of the micarta. We'll give that a nice little rub down. Get it on there nice and thick, not to be afraid. A lot of it will squeeze out when you clamp it down. You don't want to put too much glue on there. It will show glue marks later on if you don't get it clamped down perfectly flat. Yes, it will hold. 100% it'll hold. But you don't want to have it too sloppy and messy. So basically what we're going to do is, I'm good on that side. I'm just going to glue the one side on this one. Yeah, let's put this here. Maybe I'll just give this a little smear. It's a little one. A very light coating just to get it wetted up. We can do that. Yeah, we don't want it to be too coated on the second side, just to have enough glue on there. I think we're looking pretty good there. Let's match these two bad boys up. Now, sometimes what I like to do is, let's get those other ones out. Get those other ones out. We'll use those. So I'll slide this guy out of the way a little bit. Now, sometimes what I like to do, we'll clean up this table in a second, is we'll line this up, fork to fork. Just sweeten it up a little bit. Lock this guy down. Get it into place. We'll snug it up. Now, because we were a little bit wacky when we were doing it, you see here, my forks are perfectly flush. You can barely feel anything. This is locked down. It's a little bit off center, a tiny little bit. Not really the end of the world, because the when we when we get this locked in and tied up, we're going to put the template on this side, hugging this side, dropping it down, and we're going to be able to cut it out really nice and even. It's going to look pretty damn good, I think. Yeah, we've got plenty of extra beef in here because of the all the extra that we cut out while we were cutting it out on the coping saw and on the blade runner. I didn't hug the line very much, so we've got plenty of extra beef that's in there that's going to hold all this thing together. And Let's get another one. Oh, that's the broken one. It'll still work though. We can even get a second one in there. Get a second one in there. It'll hold this thing up really, really good. Get it all clamped down nice and tight. There we go. Feel those fork tips. Fork tips on the tip are nice and flat. Edges are even. Everything else will work. Do we have another little clampy clamp one? I really like those. These blue ones, I'm going to get more of these blue ones. These are great. They really put a lot of pressure. They hold on nice and tight. And anyway, that'll give us kind of an idea of what that's going to look like. And we'll put on another front bit on the edge of that. Same color as the wood. Not the wood. What do you call that? What do you call that? Help me out here, guys. The bison micarta. We'll put that on there, and then after we'll be able to cut out the clips and everything like that. Will be all dolled up really nice. It'll look fantastic, I think. All right, so let's get this guy put aside. I may even put another clamp on there if I can find a better one. I'm not really digging this one here. Let's get one more. Let's get one more on there. There we go. So we got her all nice and snugged up. Got the little clamps here filled up. Top's even. Sides are even. That part's good. Everything else is lined up. We're a little bit on the wonky side, but we cut much, much thicker than what we needed. So that part we're good. Everything is snug. Everything is tight. Now all we need is a little bit of time. So I'm going to set this guy down on this table here. Let's take a few more shots. All right, I just got to tidy up this little section here a little bit more. Get this spot clean so we're able to use this wood again. We do have a couple of spots here of that gunk on there. We'll clean that up. We got plenty of C-Tuff for another day. All right, let's get some. That's one thing I find, guys, when you start building frames, you start eating up the alcohol, and not the party kind, unfortunately. Yeah, this stuff you go through it pretty quick. Usually, what I do is instead of buying this isopropyl like this stuff, like you would use on a wound, I buy methyl hydrate. You can get a big 4 liter or 1 gallon drum of the stuff, or what do you call it, container of it, for reasonably cheap out here. It's 99%, so it's actually got a little bit better of a cleaning power to it than the isopropyl that's only 70, and it'll take care of business for you pretty good. You can get things cleaned up nicely, and sometimes you just got to give it a little splashy splash, but it'll clean things up for you nicely. Keep all your stuff clean. Keep your working pieces clean. Some people use acetone. I don't mind using acetone, but it is a little bit hard on the body. So I try not to get any of that crap on my hands, my fingers, anything like that. It's kind of rough. Alcohol, I don't really mind that much. Even though when getting alcohol on your fingers, it's probably not the best thing if you're constantly doing it. You end up getting it will kill some of the skin cells on the outside of your hand with overuse, I guess. But anyway, that's that. Everything's all cleaned up, ready to go. We'll have to dump that garbage, and we'll be in business in no time. Had to move things around a little bit. I had a little trouble. Yeah, we can do that. I kind of do have pride in my work, man. I kind of get a little bit upset. Um, I kind of get upset sometimes when things don't come out 100% perfect. I know Leon's kind of busted my chops on that a little bit, telling me that I shouldn't be worrying about it too much. But whenever I'm making something, if it's not 100% to my liking, I usually just don't sell it or anything. But yeah, it is what it is. But I should start to chill out on myself a little bit and just trust that people are liking what I'm putting out. So I'm gonna go get some shots on the magnet. We'll shoot and chat a little bit more. I got a couple of 3/8 mixed in here. I gotta pick those guys out. I don't know if I should be shooting 3/8 in here with this natty slingshot against that tiny little monkey spank flipper. I don't want it to blow up on me. Well, it'll probably take it. I'm sure a lot of guys shoot those things with 3/8, but I want to keep it going good for a while. I think it's fun when we're in the garage on cold days doing lives that we can come out and do some shooting and some chatting and some building. Get all genres all mixed up at the same part. Which part do I do live? This whole video, I've been live for 2 hours and 26 minutes and 45 seconds. You know, Rick, your stuff is perfect in my eyes. Actually, it's just freaking great slingshots, man. And I like to. It's just for me, I'm kind of picky with myself to a fault on some things, I guess. If I don't, oh, buddy, if I don't get things dialed in or 100% perfect, I get kind of prickly with myself and I get pissed off. I really got to learn to let some of that go. Not everything has to be 100% absolutely perfect. I get it. I think there's quality in just about everything that I'm trying to do, from videos to actually videos. This is another example of it. I can't tell you how many times I've done a video, got it completed, did the editing, watched the video, didn't like it, and scrapped it. I've probably done that maybe about 40 times on my channel. And just to give you an idea, the time to make a video when I'm doing instructional stuff and all that, going through it step by step, writing out the premise, getting it built, doing the shot, doing the video, coming back in, getting it all banged in, gets it all edited up, and then looking at it and be like, no, I don't like it, and getting rid of the video. I've done that so many times, and it's like a good 6 to 8 hours of work sometimes, from beginning to end. And yeah, it kind of sucks, but one of those videos actually that I almost scrapped is that one I did where I measured out the bands. And I did 2 band sets exactly the same. I shot the ammo. I measured everything out. The only difference between the two were the pouches weight. And I shot that video 3 times before I released it. Oh, monkey spank took a spank. I can't tell you how many times. Proceeds to tell you about how many times. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. It's crazy, but it is what it is. You know, it's something that I got in me that I gotta learn to chill out about. And I mean, part of that's probably something that's gotten me to be a pretty decent shooter, was being very, very critical about every freaking move I make. But on the same side, it also takes a lot of the fun out of the stuff that I'm doing from time to time. So, but anyway, we're getting over that, doing the slingshots. We're letting it go. And everybody so far that's gotten or received a slingshot from me that tried it, they've liked it. And yeah, that's that. Man, this is actually a lot of fun. Getting that little tiny flipper from across this garage. I know it's not a full distance, but it's pretty close. And we're tearing that little bastard up. Ah, man, Brian, the only person who really likes me wearing bikini is your mom when I'm balls deep in her mouth. Go fuck yourself, bro. See you later. Boop. Say hi to your mom for me. Sorry, folks. Sometimes people with their big mouths just piss me off, so you know what? Fuck them. Take that. Study more positive ATO, for example. What if a mistake could take you to a new design? Oh, it does actually. there is good in it, Kyle. To be honest, sometimes when I'm thinking about these things and I screw up, I actually take those as learning opportunities, which is the good thing. I don't just dwell on it as a failure. So that's the good part about it. Is I'm like, ooh, that's kind of how I discover making the blue bastard. I apologize if anybody's got kids watching, but sometimes when people fuck with me, I like to fuck back. And anyway, it is what it is. You want to bring it to 3, I'm going to bring it to 10. Be prepared. Yeah. Here. If anybody's missed this one, it's a nice little gift I got from Cool Hand Luke, made by Moan Waller. Nice little natty. This is what we're shooting today, and I'm really, really enjoying it. My finger's fucking throbbing though, but it feels so good to be shooting again. I'm in. I am in. Loving this thing. Oh, and it's killing that little monkey spank flipper. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get this guy outside. And for anybody out there, if you haven't tried Omega Sling's Electric White 0.5 yet, what the fuck are you doing? You got to get some of this. It is so good. It brings the heat. It's super fast. This band set that I have here, I'm going to see if I can show you real quick. This was a band set that I have set up for a clipped frame. Now, that's it maxed out, okay? You see what I got there? I've shot about 100 shots so far today with this thing. We're very close to max out. I'm shooting somewhere around 290 feet per second, maybe close to 300 at this point. And these bands are going nowhere. So I think with this whole setup I got going on for all the stuff that I'm my slingshot building, I've got an old table over down in the corner here that I want to get rid of. I'm going to put another working table over there. Then we're going to move on over to maybe I'll keep that one and I'll just put the Blade Runner and the fuck, I forget the name of that fucking saw again. Help me out. Help me out, Rick. the saw that I can never remember the name of. Anyway, the scroll saw. Thank you. Fuck. Scroll saw. Put it in your head. The scroll saw is is and the Blade Runner on this little table is probably a little bit low. I'm always hunched over while I'm cutting it. It's kind of rough on the back. But I have a higher table over there that would work pretty good with that, and I get a good view of following the line. So when you're looking down at something all the time, it gets a little bit rough, but when you're looking at it a little bit higher up, you can get a better view of where your blade's lining up and where it's going. So I think I might put those two on that table and actually keep that table. And I'll find another place for my big toolbox. Maybe I'll put that over here and then slide the second table in there for the lower stuff. Like I'll take my drill press, put that on here along with my reciprocating sander, and we'll see how it goes. You know, it's funny, Hillbilly. I've had that thing for like 7 months now, and I still can't remember the freaking name of it. The scroll saw. I got to say scroll saw a whole lot so I never forget. But man, it's nuts. But that's what I'm going to do. I think I'll put my 2 higher tools up there, my 2 lower tools down here. I'll have all my working stuff over there. The table, the shop vac will be plugged in. I just have to swap the hose from time to time. Should be good with that. And it'll give me a little bit more space. I won't be so crowded on the table. And I'll put my buffing wheel on the higher one as well. That'll be pretty good. Or maybe I'll keep the buffing wheel over here. I'll clamp it in over there. And this is where I'll do all my gluing and all that stuff. It'll be pretty good. V-Trips, what language you speaking, bro? I don't know what Skeeter Gene is. Sure you all heard that crack. Serious crack right there. Oh, man. Freaking loving this thing. I knew I was going to like the S1. I didn't think I was going to like it this much. This thing's an absolute killer of a slingshot. I really like the way it feels in the hand, too. It's pretty nice. And wooden slingshots are definitely the way to go. A lot of ways, I like them better. And there's so many people getting started and shooting slingshots that don't realize that you don't have to pay a fortune for some big fancy slingshot to be able to shoot well. I'm gonna try 3/8. Why not? Let's give it a go. You don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a slingshot. With a little bit of time, some minimal tools, and patience. Oh, I got it with the 3/8 too. You can easily get out and make yourself a really killer slingshot. Missed that one. Boot Hill X on sale at hillbillyslings.com. Sweet. You got a boot hill on up there? Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen Rick's page channel yet or his work, you should head on over to see hillbillyslings.com. He's got some great slingshots. One of my favorites right up there, the Boot Hill X. I have one of those. Probably my favorite frame from his. I also like the Mega Billy. The Mega Billy is really, really nice. I just shoot the Boot Hill a little bit better. It's a great slingshot. It's an absolute sniper of a slingshot. Beautiful work. It's got that old style feel to it. Sweet. Now, for the epoxy that I use, what's it called? C-Tough? The C-Tough epoxy that I use, really good, strong stuff. It locks everything in place. The good thing about it is, they claim that you can, after like an hour or two, I think you're able to work it. I say no. Maybe in a really, really warm environment. I haven't really tried it yet in a really warm environment, but I do find it's kind of sticky. So usually what I do is I'll leave it on there for like 12 hours minimum before I do any kind of work with my material. I want to make sure that it's really locked in and tight before I start messing with stuff. Thank you for the heart. I love you. Thank you for the heart. I love you. Thank you for the heart. Okay. Well, thank you, Ari. I appreciate it. Thanks. And you know, guys, I've often talked about this before. What I really like about a slingshot is, well, the 90 millimeter. So we're there on this one. The other thing I like is having a really, really sharp corner to pop off, to shoot off of, to aim off of. And you can see right there, I've got a really sharp corner, and it's nice. So when you're shooting small targets, you can really lock in, and basically doesn't really matter. I mean, that's a tiny target I'm shooting at across that room. It's the size of my thumbnail, like I was showing earlier, and I'm hitting it on the regular, and that's because I got full view of it off the tip of my fork. Even that little red dot in the middle, which is around 3/8. You heard that? We're smoking that thing. I wish I had enough room to turn this thing around so we can actually see me shoot it and not see all the shit I got all over the floor there, but I'll be getting rid of a lot more of that this week, coming up to garbage day. And slowly but surely, we're going to turn this place into a nice shop. One day when I have some more time this week, I'm going to put a whole bunch of tires on my car and take that off to the dump and get rid of those. Oh, I missed that one. Take them off to the dump, get rid of those, and just create a lot more room in here. So when it comes to time to start going real ham on the building, another good crack, I'll have all kinds of room down in here to really bust out some frames. But today we got one in the works. We got another one to be repaired that's in the works being repaired. And I've got a nice big chunk of jade. If that turns out good, I might make a couple of those. I really wanted to see what they were going to look like when they were all done. But I think that jade and that bison color is going to look really damn good. Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. I can't unhide this user in this channel. There we go. Sorry. I made a mistake, Ari. You're back. You were unhidden. What I was trying to do was this. Yeah. There we go. Having a little bit of trouble with the chats today. Sometimes things come in, sometimes things come out. I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, sometimes it freezes up. Yeah, I think this is probably what my finger needed too, was just to get a little bit of exercise in. I've had it wrapped up for the last little while. My finger's been sticking out straight like that for 7 or 8 days, so it was time to get it moving. And I started unwrapping it and just letting the air get to it a little bit today too. Well, the last couple of days, it's been nice. What's everybody else shooting here today? I've got I'm shooting this guy, and I should have got some bands on this one too, but I wanted to, this is much thinner than I'm used to shooting. This little beauty here from Sniper Sling. It's much smaller than what I'm used to shooting. The Nix, it's called. And see, I can remember that. I just can't remember Skull Saw. But the Nix is pretty good. It's very heavy. I don't know what this thing's made out of, but it weighs a ton. It's got to be like some kind of steel, maybe carbon steel or something. I don't know, but it looks pretty freaking cool. Nice and small. I'll definitely be shooting this guy long draw though. Kind of pinched out here. I'll be shooting this guy similar to a pickle fork. We'll see how that goes. Once we get it all set up and ready to go, but it looks like a pretty freaking cool slingshot. Oh, I'm telling you, how many times we've smoked that little monkey spank flipper, you would think that it would be dead by now, but I think I'm going to be getting more of those. They're really nice. Nice size, nice and small. It must be a pain in the ass actually to work on something that size. You know, doing all the sewing on it and everything must be really hard on the hands, I'd imagine. Oh yeah. Can you guys hear the difference when I hit it and when I miss it? I don't know if you guys can hear the difference with that little microphone I got. Oh. You know those are making impact. Welcome to the live. You know what, guys? I think we're at 2 hours and 45 minutes. I think we're going to wrap this one up for today. I'm going to start cutting out those other frames. I got to do a quick check to see if I've got enough clamps to at least get one more cut out and set up, ready to go. I'll be cutting those out on the blade runner. It'll be really loud. I'll be wearing my mask with the vacuum going. So I think it's time to wrap it up. Yeah, talk soon, buddy. Right now it is 1:20 in the afternoon for old ATO here today. All right, folks, we're going to wrap this one up. You guys take care, stay safe, get up, practice, be good to each other. Thank you all for sticking around for this live. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Butler, we got to talk, man. We got to get a cool live going. Take it easy, bro. Ciao.